in.
Hi, Michael.
Hey, Michael. Good to see you
It's good
again.
to see you again, Fred. Do you mind if I take a
Oh,
seat?
come on.
How have you been since we last spoke at the Commerce event?
You know, those events are always worth it, so I'm glad I met you there, and appreciate you coming by, and let's talk about a little insurance.
Yes, no, I'm so happy to be here, and I wanted to take a moment and reintroduce myself. I'm sure you met a lot of people at the event.
I did.
So I'm Michael Ramsey. I graduated from FSU 2 years ago with a risk management insurance degree, and I decided to go to All Georgia Insurance Agency. I thought they fit my morals really well, just that family orientation, really taking care of clients, and it was something I was really passionate about doing. And I know I'm young, I have only 2 years of experience, but I've already gotten my certified insurance counselor designation as well as the certified risk manager designation.
Oh my goodness, so young.
Yes, I know. So my friends actually tease me. They say I'm the insurance geek of the bunch. I really, I enjoy. I'm really passionate about the industry, and I love it. A little bit about All Georgia Insurance Agency. We've been in the business for over 50 years, helping families such as yourself with the businesses they've created, making sure that they we're protecting their assets, because that's really important, especially when you depend on it for your livelihood. We really value that.
Right.
So I do want to ask you, is there anyone else who is involved with the insurance, or is it mainly you that should be in the?
It's really me.
It's just you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Buck stops here.
Okay, well that's great, because I just want to make sure if there was that we get them in the meetings as well.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, sounds great. Well, before we did get started, I did prepare an agenda to respect both of our times, and I know you're very busy. So
Okay.
here you go. And just, if there's anything that you'd really like to talk to, I've introduced myself. I would love for you to reintroduce yourself. Tell me why, how you got into the business, a little bit more about you.
Yeah. Married, 3 kids. One of them is a senior at FSU, so go Noles.
That's great.
Got involved in a diesel business in Noonan, Georgia, many years ago, and had the opportunity to become an owner of that business, and have grown that business quite a bit. But South Georgia always, really was an attraction for my wife and I. So we're in a position financially and business-wise to make the move. So we bought a nice home on some acreage there here in Thomasville, and we're going to raise the rest of the kids there and live here for a long time, hopefully.
Well, that's great to hear, and I love how your son's at FSU. I was actually just at the basketball game.
Oh wow!
I went back to Tallahassee for it, and we're playing great. I'm not sure if you keep up with FSU.
I do.
Yeah, we got a big game against Duke tonight, so it's very exciting to be a part of.
So that's awesome. So that's basically have a business in Noonan, have businesses now in Thomasville, living in Thomasville now. So
okay.
Looking to see how we can making sure that my insurance portfolio is being taken care of.
Okay. All right, well, that's kind of the next thing on the agenda to dive into, because at the event, I know you expressed some concerns with your current broker. Could you kind of just give some of those
Well,
details?
we've been down here 2 years now. We've done a lot of expansion to our home. We've added things, we've changed things, we've updated a lot of it. I certainly have kept my agent broker friend for a long time, up to date. But I don't know if my insurance now includes all those things that we've done to my personal home.
Okay.
So, one of the things that caught me off guard, and one of the reasons you're here is, we had a loss, and it ended up not being covered. So I just don't want to be put in that position. Certainly had the resources to take care of that loss, but don't want that to happen again. So, how does your firm handle uncovered losses, that we thought the insurance policy covered and then ended up it didn't?
Well, no, that's a great question, and here at All Georgia, we fight for you advocately to make sure that when you do experience a loss, that we get that paid for. But I think what really we do very well is before that loss happens, our team with our fellow brokers and our claims advisors, and even we have a data analysis to make sure the policy and the program we set up for you is very comprehensive. We don't have to get to that point where it's like, hey, we have a loss, it may not be covered. So that's something we really pride ourselves in checking in each quarter with our clients to make sure, hey, any new additions, we don't want any surprises because we know that can be very detrimental to a family, family business.
Interesting.
Okay. So it seems to just kind of just to go back to those concerns. Is it a lack of communication where your broker's not keeping up to your expansion? I know you're going through a lot of expansion right now.
Yeah.
Or where do you kind of see why the
Well, I think a lot of it is communication.
Okay.
I think a lot of it is now I'm here. It used to be when I was in Noonan, it was a different story. But I'm here.
Right.
He's there. Certainly a several hour drive. And as they say, you want to do business locally, and so looking at that. But I think the main thing that I'm concerned about is somebody that I can communicate with, and as I grow these businesses, it's no longer one business, it's several now, that I have somebody that I have confidence in that can keep up with me.
All right. No, it's something we very much value at all at Georgia. I'm your main point of contact, checking in every quarter. You'll get my cell phone number, email, whatever you like to communicate with, and that's something very, very important to us. Next, I'd like to just kind of dive deeper into your business. Actually, I did last week. I went to your shop in Thomasville, got my car washed, and it was a great experience.
Well, thank you,
Yes,
thank you.
Everyone, not only do they do a great job, everyone was super friendly. You could tell that they really focus on customer service, and you're running a great business.
Well, that's what it's all about, is customer service in today's world, and hopefully you had a good experience, and then you'll come back and you'll refer people to come to our location.
I told the whole office about it, so you should be getting more.
Hey, thank you so much.
From all Georgia. But we never actually went, what is the legal name of your business or businesses? I don't think we actually ever went over that.
The legal name?
Right, just to kind of, we would need to pull a bunch of documents.
It's All Georgia Diesel.
All Georgia Diesel, okay.
That's really the parent company, and then these are subsidiaries under that.
Okay, that's just something important to us. Okay. And then just kind of going, because you're expanding a lot, what's the vision for like the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years? Increase employees, get into another thing besides car washes and diesel, or where do you see yourself taking?
Well, I see the diesel will just stay, and it's a self-sustaining business. We have a great location. I have great management on site, great clientele. I don't see me adding locations.
Right.
But where I'm looking to add locations, of course, is the car washes, is the lube centers. Thinking about maybe opening up some automotive services, other types of automotive services. They're expanding in other cities and potentially in other states.
Also, even outside of the Southeast, maybe?
Well, just really in the Southeast. I'm talking Florida, Alabama, North and South Carolina.
Okay, that's good, because all Georgia has license in all those southeastern states, so we
Okay,
can make sure that we could get that covered. Now, as far as your employees, is it mainly full-time, part-time? What are your numbers for your number of employees right now?
Basically, all full-time employees, and we'll add, as we expand, we'll certainly add to that list going forward. Try to employ some more people. We'll certainly have, as the structure grows, we'll probably have, a district manager or a general manager that may go and oversee a few of the stores, but most employees will be for that location and that location only. They won't be rotating around.
Okay, and then just 2 more questions. And current contracts in place with vendors, is there anything kind of out of the ordinary, or how are you guys kind of set up in all of Georgia?
Luckily, with these relationships that I've built over the years, we got great contracts, great relationships, great vendors that support us. And of course, they're excited to see expansion as well, because it means more business for them to help support us.
Okay, no, that's great. It's kind of something similar in insurance.
Exactly.
Keeping those relationships, a great relationship with our underwriters and those carriers to make sure that you don't have that problem of an unpaid claim. All right, and then last question: revenues per year. I know you're going through a lot of growth. where are you kind of right now? Where do you expect to be? I don't know how market analysis.
I think on the lube side, we're looking at currently $500,000 in annual sales,
Okay.
bumping that to about $1 million at each
Okay.
location. The car washes are, because they're $7 a car wash, so it
Right.
takes a lot of car washes. So
Okay.
I'm still hovering, I would think, in that 2 to 250 range per
Okay.
location for the car wash business.
Okay.
So in revenue, annual revenue.
Okay, that sounds great. Well, do you have any more questions for me? Or I did prepare. I know we spoke about last meeting us acting as your current broker, giving you a suggested insurance program and seeing what would be a fit. And I prepared this kind of transition timeline.
Oh, wow.
I know you're very busy, so the main thing is, and I'll send you an email with some of the documents we need to put together this program.
Okay.
Then we would analyze the data, look at it, make sure we get that all processed. And then the week of March 16th, we'd have that renewal strategy meeting where we present to you what we found, where we think the program should be at, and then by the next week, if you'd like to have us as your broker, you'd select us just to give us enough time to market your program.
Okay.
So I know you're very busy, so it's just those initial documents that.
Yeah, whatever I can provide, I certainly I really want to get a deep dive into the program, both
Right.
on my house and on these businesses, just to give me more of a peace of mind.
That's what we're trying to secure here. That'll give you a peace of mind.
So,
well, unless you have any more questions, here's my business card. I'd love to. I don't think we exchanged business cards at
I can do that.
the event.
All right. So if I decided, to go with your team, at All Georgia, what are my expectations? What can I expect from you guys to handle a portfolio the size of mine?
Right. No, and at all, that's a great question. At All Georgia, we have some pretty big. Some families who have built some pretty big, impressive businesses. So I'd be your main point of contact. I'd be checking in every quarter to make sure that see where the growth is. But it's not just me. I'm in your main contact, but the whole team. We have a more experienced, 20 years experienced brokers on the team, as well as claims advisors who've been negotiating claims for over 20 years. So, and then one thing that's really special about All Georgia is that kind of data analytics aspect, where we're looking at past data, making sure our program is very comprehensive, and you're not missing that unpaid claim that could pop up later down. So that's how we kind of that's really cool, is just that data analytics that we're really trying to get into that separates us from our peers.
So it's more of a team approach.
Oh, definitely, because I love to learn about this industry, but with only 2 years of experience, I want to make sure that I'm getting other opinions, but I want to make it easy for you, where you're just I'm your main point of contact.
Okay.
So it's not just me sitting there in a cubicle Googling all day long. So no, it's a really great environment.
Well, that's great. I really appreciate that, Michael. Certainly look at these timelines. We'll provide you this information as quickly as I can. And then hopefully we'll,
questions.
In the meantime, can I reach you anytime?
Yes, my personal phone number as well as my email is on that card, and just feel free to reach out.
Okay.
If you have any questions.
All right. Cool.
All right.
Thank you so much.
It was great to see you again.
Okay.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks. Take care.
You too.